I'm Jolene Wynn, and this is the Porn Addict's Wife podcast, episode number 103, Permission to Relax. Your life does not have to revolve around your husband's pornography addiction. You are not defined by his choices or by what he sees on a screen. You are not just the porn addict's wife. You are so much more. In this podcast, I'm going to teach you how to go from handling it to healed, because I've been where you are and you don't have to stay there. My name is Jolene Wynn. I'm a member of the LDS Faith, a certified life coach, and a wife of a former porn addict. And this is a podcast for the porn addict's wife. Good morning, my ladies. How are you? Today is May 2nd. Can you believe that? It's already May. And when I was thinking about it yesterday, I could not believe that another month has already gone by. So if you guys have not joined coaching yet, come join me because time is flying. And we're having so much fun. In fact, I did want to tell you guys that I am doing a trust workshop, okay? How to trust after betrayal. That's what this is. It is May. Let me look up my dates here so I don't accidentally tell you the wrong thing. Okay, May 23rd through the 25th. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so if you go to my website, jolenewynn.com, you will see a tab that says Trust Workshop. It has all the details on there and the link that you can register. It is free. Okay, so I want you guys to encourage y'all to come join me for this workshop. I'm going to be answering all kinds of questions. How do you trust your husband again after he's lied to you so many times? Doesn't trusting someone who's betrayed make you naive? I'm going to address all of these things and so much more in this workshop. It is going to be coaching and teaching. And I want to encourage y'all to come and be with me live, okay? Because in that, you will get an opportunity to ask your own questions. Stuff is going to come up. You're going to have thoughts. You're going to have feelings about everything that I'm teaching. And I want to give you all the opportunity to get coached, but with your particular situation. So again, that is this month, May, look again, I already forgot it, May 23rd through the 25th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, it's totally free. All you have to do is go to my website, jolenewynn.com, go to the Trust Workshop tab, and you can find all the details and register for free. The calls will be recorded. So even if you're thinking right now, man, that time doesn't work for me, I wish I could go register anyway, because you will get access to the recordings. Okay, I'm going to record all the calls. You'll have access to those. So go register, go sign up, and I can't wait to spend those 3 days with you. They're going to be amazing. And trust is the number one thing. When I ask people, what is it that they're struggling with the most? This is it. How do I trust him again? I don't trust him. I want to trust him. I feel like I should. All of those things. Trust is the number one thing. And so I want to encourage y'all to sign up for that and come so that I can help you learn how to overcome this. Okay, I want to teach you in this workshop how to rebuild trust after betrayal. And this is a great one too, ladies, if you have a friend or a family member, a girlfriend that you know that is struggling, that has been betrayed or has struggled with this. I want to encourage y'all to send them the link to sign up as well. It's totally free, and they can, again, just sign up through my website. So that's an awesome way. That way you also aren't doing it by yourself. So grab a girlfriend and have them come with you, because this is going to be so much good content, lots of brand new content, and it's going to be amazing. Plus, we're going to apply it to your situation one-on-one. So I can't wait to spend all that time with y'all. And so go sign up. Okay, so that's in May. And ladies, today is going to be a really short and sweet episode. I had something different planned, but there was something that came up on a coaching call last week, and I wanted to address it here. Today, ladies, I want to give you permission to relax. And here's what I mean by this. When we go through something or experience something that brings up a lot of emotion, especially a lot of negative emotion, like a spouse being addicted to pornography, our brain likes to hyper focus on it. Okay. Our brain thinks it's very important and that we need to always be thinking about it, that it needs to be constantly in the back of our minds, that we need to be intense about it, because it thinks that if we don't, then it means that it's unimportant. Okay. And that is a lie. What happens when we hyper focus on things? What happens when we don't allow our brains to relax about it? And by relax, I don't mean let it go, and I don't mean become okay with it, and I don't mean become apathetic. What I mean is give your brain permission to think about other things and to not be so high stress about it. When we don't give our brain that opportunity, that's when we cause emotional overwhelm, because we have this one thing that our brain is just so focused on that it's using all of its energy emotionally and cognitively to stay on this one topic, that we lose the ability to enjoy life. Okay? This got brought up. I had a client of mine. She said, I'm actually doing well. We've been working together for a couple of months. She said, I'm actually doing really well. I've worked through so many things, but I find that I have a hard time giving myself permission to not think about his addiction, to not worry of like, oh, what is he doing? When I find my brain, when I catch my brain not thinking about his addiction, I almost want to force my brain to think about his addiction because it feels weird not to, because it feels like I'm supposed to, because it feels like if I'm not, then it means that all of a sudden it's not important, it's not serious, and he's allowed to do whatever he wants and I'm just going to be okay with it. Okay? Ladies, that is not what that means. When you allow your brain to relax, when you give your brain permission to not hyper focus on what your husband is doing, that is what opens up the space for you to feel positive emotion. And that is what enables healing. Now, again, I am not saying that you let go of believing that it's wrong or that you give him permission to do it or that it means that you're unaffected. One of the reasons, though, one of the lies that our brain believes is that in order for it to be important to us, we have to hyper focus on it all the time. But all that does is make us emotionally exhausted. Ladies, if you've ever tried to lose weight, you will understand what I'm saying by this. Have you ever tried to stick to a diet? Your brain hyper focuses. Okay. It's like one time I went on this, it wasn't a diet, but I was tracking my macros, which is something I do, but I was doing it with this mentality of how often I could eat. Right. And I was eating like every 2 hours, a certain amount at a certain time. And I was just hyper focused on that. Now, the problem with that is that I would then eat, the time I would count down the seconds and then I would eat and I'd be like, all right, only 1 hour and 57 minutes until I can eat again. Right. And it just became consuming until I almost couldn't think about anything else. And when I caught myself thinking about anything else, it almost threw me for a loop because I thought that that would mean I'd be like off my game, right? That I would be so off track. Now I'm like, no, I have to hyper focus on this. Otherwise, I won't get the result that I want. Does that make sense? But even if it gets you to the result that you want, the process is so miserable that it's not even worth it. Ladies, especially, and I wanted to offer this to you, the result that we want is always to feel better. And if you think that hyper-focusing on what your husband is doing is going to eventually produce that result, you are lying to yourselves. It is never going to produce that result. So all you're going to do is make yourself miserable trying to get to a result that you want that is never going to happen because your brain is thinking that it's going to happen by looking at what he's doing. Right? I'll feel better if I know exactly what he's doing. I'll feel better if I try and figure out how to manipulate myself and what I'm doing in order to change his behavior. I'll feel better when he stops watching it. That's what's going to make me feel better. Ladies, none of that is true. Okay. And hyper focusing on his addiction, whether that's what he's doing or how it's affected you, is never going to produce that result. All it's going to do is keep that with you longer, keep that pain, that rejection, that anxiety with you longer. Okay. So I want to give you guys permission today to relax, to allow yourself to be in good times. I've had so many clients that say, I think things are going well, but I'm just waiting for the next shoe to drop. Ladies, I've heard that so many times. I've become so familiar with that phrase. I hate that phrase. Okay. Here's why. What if you stopped waiting for the other shoe to drop? What if you just gave yourself permission to relax and to enjoy that you feel good, to enjoy that you're in a good space? What if you just gave yourself permission to feel the positive emotion? Ladies, when we have so much emotional upheaval about our husband's pornography addiction, it can feel very strange to allow positive emotion. But by resisting positive emotion, all we do is create more negativity. And that's what makes the experience even worse. So this is not an easy thing to do. It's a simple thing, but it's not an easy thing to do. But one of the ways that I want to offer this is when you catch yourself in a feeling good, in a positive moment of emotion, and then your brain says, oh, but I need to be thinking about this. No, I can't allow myself to feel like this. Or, okay, but I can't get my hopes up. Okay, then I want you to acknowledge that thought and then send it away and say, you know what? Jolene gave me permission to feel this feeling, and I'm going to allow it. Jolene gave me permission to feel positive, and I'm going to let myself do it. I have permission to relax, and it doesn't mean that this is unimportant. It doesn't mean that I'm unaffected by his choices. It doesn't mean that I've let it all go and I'm fine with him watching porn. It doesn't mean any of that. All it means is that I'm feeling a positive emotion right now and I'm allowing myself to feel it. Ladies, this could completely change your life if you allowed yourself to feel the positive emotion and gave yourself permission to relax, even when there's something emotionally significant happening in your life. It's okay. You're allowed to have life be 50-50. Don't make it more negative than it has to be by not allowing yourself to feel the positive. You have my permission to relax. All right, ladies, I love you so much, and I'll see you guys next week. So take care. All right, ladies, if you are loving what you are learning on the podcast, I want to invite you to come join my coaching program. This is where we take it to the next level and we actually start applying and learning the how of moving forward. This podcast has taught you the what, and the coaching program is where you're going to learn the how. This is where you learn how to actually start moving forward, process all of that pain that you feel, and let it go once and for all. If you are ready to finally move forward and stop living a life that revolves around your husband's pornography addiction, then I want to invite you to come join me today. Just head to my website, jolenewynn.com, and sign up today. I can't wait to see you there.